Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. A lot to talk about. But first, we want to get right to that first alert because we've been waiting for this. Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi is in with the details. Nice to see that rain out there.
Months in the making.
Yeah,
is what
I know,
it feels
right.
like. And if you have the option, I've noticed this on my way in today, if you can take the highway or the back roads, take the back roads.
Oh, yeah?
Because there are some speeders, I'll say that, on the highways.
Okay.
So it just seems a little bit safer. They're wet roadways either way, no matter where you are. The roads are wet. Take it slow, leave extra time. We haven't seen rainfall like this in months, so there is plenty of the oils out on the roadways, which will make things slick out there. Our first alert weather day, though, we have a ½ of an inch to an inch of rain expected over the next couple of days. It all doesn't come at once. Wind speeds will be noticeable later on this afternoon. We're talking 20 to 30, even in some cases near 40 miles per hour. We're going to have the first flakes of the season in northwestern Connecticut. Hill towns. Elevation will certainly play a role. This will help the drought situation, but it does not alleviate it completely. Still a ways to go to get rid of that nearly 10-inch deficit. We do have a few coastal flood advisories and statements. This is for a wind that we'll see later on this afternoon. Right now, not too bad, anywhere from 5 to about 12 miles per hour. It will pick up later today, though. Temperatures cooler. Everybody's in the 40s, and the temperatures only climb about 3 or 4 degrees by the afternoon hours. Look at these wet roadways in New Haven. A welcome scene for sure. Same deal in Hartford, some visibility issues. We're going to look at First Alert Live radar because you'll notice some heavier rainfall right now for parts of the state. These yellow shadings, oranges and reds through Harwinton, up through Torrington, Bristol, Southington, even the west parts of Hartford, seeing some of that heavier rain out there. We zoom out, you'll notice it looks like there's a back edge here, but there's an area of low pressure developing, which will pivot in farther towards the north and continue the rainfall and even some snow later on today. I'll have the latest on how high our wind speeds will get and how much rainfall we can expect, as well as what the weekend forecast looks like. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Kate.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Clicking over to 7:03 here on your Thursday. It's a wet start, and we've got a couple of crashes across the state. So first alert in Naugatuck, Route 8 southbound between exits 26 and 25B. The right lane there is blocked off. Couple of incidents in Greenwich here this morning. So first alert if you're traveling both north or southbound side here of the interstate through Fairfield County this morning, you're going to be running into some pretty substantial delays. 95 northbound between exits 5 and 6, right and center lanes there are blocked off. 3.5 miles of backup there. That's involving a tractor trailer, as is this crash. Also in Greenwich on the southbound side between exits 4 and 3. Right lane there is closed. Here's a live look at that specific incident. You can see roads are wet. We've got a lot of spray coming up from vehicles as well, and these vehicles are moving very, very slowly through this crash site, which is what you want to do. Move over, slow down. It's the law here in the state. Full update on both of those incidents are up on the WFSB app, but you can see in Waterbury, Hartford, Meriden, and in Middletown, roads are wet. Again, visibility could be reduced. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself some time as you're heading out the door. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Right, we're on top of breaking news happening right now in Stafford, where multiple fire crews are responding to Belrose Street for an early morning house fire.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has all the details from the scene.
Well, we did just speak with him. We know that this call came in around 2:15 this morning about a fire at the house at 14 Belrose Street. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot of damage left to this house. You can see the side is completely blown out at that window there. There's lots of kind of materials draping down. That's because it did rip through this house, and they had to call in several other units here. But they do know that 3 people were inside of the home at the time. Thankfully, they all got out safely before crews arrived. No injuries, but the 3 of them did go to the hospital to get thoroughly checked out. Thankfully, they said they were able to get this fire under control pretty fast. They did have help from Staffordville, Wales, and Summers. State police are also involved in the investigation. No word right now of what exactly caused this fire, but we are heading into fire season where they are more common. So take a listen to what the marshal had to say.
It's always important. We are in the heating system, so wood stoves, fireplaces, pellet stoves, make sure your chimneys are clean, inspected. Make sure you have working smoke detectors, detectors. It's always important.
Again, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. As soon as we get any more details confirmed, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. In Stafford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Right, we have a big update now after a crush shut down I-84 in Willington.
We've learned a woman from Massachusetts was killed in this. Police say the car she was riding in hit a tractor trailer while changing lanes near exit 71 on the eastbound side of the highway.
Taking a look at our Pinpoint News Tracker, you can see where this all happened. Crews shut down the highway for 6 hours so police could investigate. A manhunt underway right now for the man accused of killing a mother and her baby in a drive-by shooting in Hartford. Police say 23-year-old Lance Morales of Waterbury is considered armed and dangerous. Police say he opened fire on a car that the mom and baby were in on New Britain Avenue on Tuesday. They believe the shooting stemmed from a dispute over a car. Now, the mom and baby are from Springfield, Massachusetts. A third person was in the car as well. They were shot but are expected to be okay.
We have some breaking news from overnight here. Ukraine's military says Russia has launched an intercontinental missile during a morning attack. The Ukrainian military says 7 cruise missiles were also launched. All were shot down but one. This morning's attack marks Moscow's first use of the powerful long-range weapon in this war.
Well, this morning, we're learning more about an earthquake that many of us received alerts about on the WFSB News app. Well, that earthquake hit Moodus last night around 7:30. So many people told us they felt the ground shake. And officials say several 911 calls came in from people who were feeling like they heard explosions.
The United States Geological Survey says it registered at a 2.3 magnitude. This is the second earthquake in our state this week after one was reported in Stafford on Monday morning.
Well, how about this? 1,217. That's how many wins UConn women's basketball coach Gino Auriemma has collected over the course of his legendary career. It is the most ever by a college coach.
Coach Auriemma broke that record last night in front of a packed house in Gamble as his Huskies dominated Fairleigh Dickinson. UConn's offense was a little cold at first, but suffocating defense led to those transition points.
The Huskies led by 23 points at the half and then cruised in the second half, securing an 85-41 win and a spot in the record books for Coach Auriemma.
UConn icon Rebecca Lobo, who starred on Gino's first title team, said his legacy is unmatched.
I think people have heard this a lot when they hear players talk about Coach Auriemma and CD, but truly they've changed our lives. Like my life would have been completely different for the last 30 years if I didn't choose to come and play here for Coach Auriemma and Coach Daly.
Coach Auriemma has a shot at win number 1,218 against Oregon State Monday night. Right now, you can check out an incredible comeback story at the Hartford Public Library. 2 years after a pipe burst there, look at what is ahead for today. It's back open to the public.
1, 2, 3.
Well, the ribbon cutting was held during the grand reopening yesterday. The main branch was flooded after that pipe burst. Everything has been repaired. The facility better than ever now. Most of the books were saved in that flood. That's the good news.
And as we get a check of your First Alert forecast on this First Alert weather day, not expecting any flooding rain here locally. Total rainfall amounts looking at a ½ of an inch up to an inch of rain. Could have some ponding, though, on the roadways from time to time. Here's a live look at First Alert Live radar. We're going to zoom in because some of this rainfall very heavy at this hour. Some of the heaviest rainfall we've seen in our state since the summertime. Check out Bristol through 691, I-84 seeing that rainfall, downtown Southington, Meriden, as well as through Middlefield, Cromwell, and Berlin on the Berlin Turnpike, seeing some of that heavier rainfall there as well. Zooming in a bit more through Southington, noticing through Queen Street, Spring Street, Curtis Street, some of those red shadings there. Very heavy rainfall. Wind speeds pick up later on this afternoon. Check out our wind gust trend, 20 to 30. In some cases later on this evening, near 40 miles per hour for inland areas, even along the shoreline. 25 to near 38 miles per hour. It will be a breezy, a downright windy day later on. And we do have some chilly temperatures, which could lead to first flakes of the season. I'll have the latest on that, though, coming up with your full First Alert forecast. Kate?